So I have a chair that I'm going to start in. You can start sitting cross-legged, like I had mentioned. You can sit cross-legged. You can sit on your blanket. I want you to have, though, one block towards maybe the back of the mat and maybe one block towards the front of the mat. And on the back of my chair, I have my strap, which I mentioned that, we need the strap. I just put it on my chair. If you're seated with your legs crossed, just have that handy for yourself. So we're going to start it. I'm going to be in the chair. If you're sitting on the floor, cross, your right shin, I guess, in front of the left. If you're in the chair, just come to sit so that your hips are on the chair and your legs are a little bit off the chair. And then just close your eyes. So today's class, we want to just feel good. I've been telling, I have this little cough, and all I really want to do is just kind of feel good, right? We're getting into colder days where we want to feel a little warmer. We want to feel a little bit more, cared for. So let's take care of our bodies. And we're going to start closing your eyes. Place your hands on your thighs. And you can allow your hands to either rest on your thighs, or you can cup one hand in the other if you want. The palms, when they turn up, it just means that you're willing to receive the energy. And with the palms turned down, it just means I have too much energy and I'm gonna just back off from the energy. So choose whatever you want for yourself today. Take a deep, full breath in, lengthen through the crown of your head. And then exhale through the mouth. Take another full, deep breath in. Really lengthen. As you exhale, soften the shoulders away from your ears. Release the breath. Another deep breath in again through the nose. Maybe breathe in a little bit more. Lengthen a little longer. Grow a little taller. And then as you exhale, keep the integrity of your spine nice and long. Let your shoulders soften. And just be still for a moment. Find a rhythm to your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Noticing the expansion of your rib cage. Notice when the expansion decreases. And our mantra for today's class today. There are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday. Sorry. And the other is called tomorrow. And the other day is called tomorrow. So today is the day. Sorry. So today is the right day. Sorry. Maybe I can start again. There are only 2 days in a year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday, and the other is called tomorrow. So today is the right day to love, believe, do, and live. Sorry, I warned you this might happen. All right, calming yourself, releasing, swallowing, being still. Take a moment. Notice if you're swaying. Notice if you have thoughts that are coming into your mind. Allow those thoughts to come, and then allow those thoughts to go. Try to be present with your breath. Try to be still. Let go of whatever it is you have done already this morning. And let go of whatever yet you have to do. Slowly dip your chin towards your chest. And grow long through the back of the neck. Let your shoulders soften away from the ears. Still allow your spine to be long. And then roll your head towards the right, let the right ear come towards the right shoulder. And then slowly allow your chin to come to center. Roll to the left. Let your left ear just hang towards your left shoulder. Come back to center. Lift up your chin. Shrug both shoulders to the ears and roll them down behind you. 2 more times. Maybe your hands are on your thighs or your knees. Shrug the shoulders. Roll them down and back. Shrug, roll, release. And then go the opposite way. Shrug, maybe roll forward. Just shrug and roll the shoulders forward. 2. And shrug, roll the shoulders forward for 3. Now take your right hand, and maybe you're holding onto your chair or touching the floor. Take your left arm, bring the left arm up and over the ear, side bend over to the right. Look under your left armpit. And then gently come back into center. You can let your left fingertips land on the floor, or if you're seated in the chair, holding onto the chair, right arm reaches high, reach even higher, and side bend to the left. Slowly bring yourself back into center, releasing both hands. Now, if you're already seated on the floor with crossed legs, stay as you are, and everyone else, just open the knees out wide. Take your hands down to the kneecaps, pressing down on the thighs. Take a breath in, maybe lift the spine, draw the elbows back, hands to the heels of your hips. And as you exhale, maybe slide forward and fold any amount. Pressing down through the feet, just fold in. And slowly start to lift up, rise up. Maybe this time we take both arms up overhead and reach. As you exhale, take the hands to the heart, allow the hands to come to the thighs, and fold in again. And once the hands reach the kneecaps, just fold in. Slowly lift up, slide the hands up the thighs, reach the arms up again, big breath in. Exhale, hands to the heart. Allow the hands to find the hip creases, slide the hands to the knees, fold your way in any amount. Keep rooting down through the feet if you're seated on a chair. Slowly come on up, lift your chest. Guide your legs together. So if you're seated on the floor, let your legs come together. And maybe you're going to let your legs come straight out in front. So if you're seated in the chair, keep your knees bent for now. And we're going to take your, you might want to sit back a little bit on your chair if you're here, and take your legs, lift your legs up. And then just flutter the legs. So if you're on the ground, you can still do this too. And just let your legs lift and lower, just flutter your legs. And then maybe you pause with the leg lifted and point and flex the toes. You know, if you're seated on the floor, the legs can just be extended, pointing and flexing, maybe eventually circling, getting out all those cracks, going in both directions, just big circles. And then we're going to release, let the feet come to the floor. Now, if you want to grab your strap, we're going to take your right knee in towards the chest, and then take the strap and just loop it around the ball of the right foot. And we're going to take that leg and press the leg forward. And let each hand have a strap. So here I am on the side view. Let each hand have a strap. Your knee can be bent. Extend your leg long. Slide the hands down the strap so that the elbows come to your side body. Lift your chest. You can have a bend in your knee. Just pause here, maybe feel the flexion of your foot. If you want, you can start to bend and straighten your leg. Just bending and straightening, but feeling supported. So my foot is pushing into the strap and my hands are pulling back. My spine is long and I'm just noticing the back of my leg, reaching, pulling in. And then from here, we're going to take my right leg and cross it over the left. So if you're seated, you can just recross your legs. And from here, we're going to sit like we're sitting cross-legged in a chair. and just fold over your legs. Slowly start to lift up. Make sure you have your strap with you. We're going to uncross the legs. So if you're seated on the floor, just take the legs back out again. You can start to lean back and let the legs lift up again. Flutter the legs. Point and flex the toes. Rotate circles, just like we did earlier. And then we're going to lower your right foot to the ground and take your left knee to the chest. We're going to take the strap and loop it around your left foot this time. And just straighten your leg any amount. So I have one hand each strap, and I'm pressing the foot into the strap, and I'm letting my hands slide down the strap so that my triceps or my elbows come right here to my side body. And I'm pushing the foot into the strap, and I'm pulling back with the hands. Then just maybe lift the leg a little bit. You can have a bend in the knee. And then maybe you take a bend in the knee and then straighten the leg. You can keep lifting your leg up as high as you can. You might be down here. That's okay. You can be wherever is comfortable for you, bending and straightening. But your spine is going to be long. And then for everybody seated in the chair, we're going to take that left leg and cross it over the right. And release your strap. If you're seated on the floor, cross the other leg over in front of the, in your seated, cross-legged seated pose. And just fold forward. Just fold over your legs. It feels a little different with the legs crossed. Come forward just any amount. And then slowly start to come up. Uncross your legs and come back to sit. So now we're going to do a little stuff with the hands. And I want you to take your hands and just clasp your fingers and just roll your wrists. Now maybe you're just moving side to side or even doing like a figure 8. Just allow your wrists to roll. And then take both arms out in front. Let your palms come towards one another. Thumbs are up. Cross your right wrist over your left. Turn your thumbs down. And then let your fingers clasp. Now pull your knuckles to the left and pull your knuckles to the right. Just feel that stretch in your forearm. Then we're going to unwind the wrists, the hands. Thumbs up again, palms towards one another. This time left wrist crosses over right. Flip the thumbs down, clasp your fingers. And again, just pull from side to side. Just feels really nice in your fingers and your forearm. And then we're going to release. And now here, let one palm turn up and one palm down, okay? And then just alternate and switch. And switch. Good. And then make it more fluid. So can you do more like a figure 8 with the hands? Maybe you're flipping the palms up and down. As you do that, just getting into a figure 8 with your hands. And then take your arms out in front, flex your palms, and then bend the elbows and pull your chest through, right? So draw your elbows back, let your heart come through, and then press and round. So think about this as like a seated push-up. Draw the elbows back, lift the chest, exhale, push and fold, like come in a little. Inhale, pull the elbows back. Exhale, push and round. A little bit like cat and cow here too. Pull back, inhale. And press forward. Now let your palms touch. And then take your arms out to the side, nice and wide. Open up, big breath in. And then exhale, close. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, press them closed. One more time. Inhale, open wide. And exhale, press close. Let your palms turn up. Now bend your elbows so they come to 90 degrees here. My palms are up like I'm holding a platter. Now from here, we're going to take the hands, palms up, and rotate the hands outward, keeping the elbows glued to the sides of the body. And then squeeze back to center. Palms up, open wide, elbows in. and then squeeze back in. These are really great for your shoulders. Open and close. One more, open and close. All right, release the hands. We're gonna take eagle arms, okay? So we're gonna take your arms out to the sides, big breath in. And as you exhale, let's take the right arm under the left, right? You're crossing your arms. Now it might be enough here to just hug, that could be fine. Or you can let the backs of your palms touch. And here in eagle arms, I'm gonna lift my elbows up, maybe even press my fingers a little forward. Soften the shoulders away from your ears, so the ears are away from the shoulders. And then release the arms. Let the arms come out to the sides, breath in. As you exhale, let's take this time the left arm under. Maybe you hug. Now, if you can see, my elbows are in line. If this is enough, stay here. If you want more, take the backs of the palms to touch. Good. Holding here for eagle arms. We're going to lift the elbows up, maybe in line with the shoulders, maybe press the fingers away. Try and keep your spine long. Try not to shrug your shoulders. And then softly release. Okay. Now, if you're seated on the floor, stay with the legs crossed. If you're seated in a chair, take the right leg and cross the right leg over the left. And then we're going to come back to eagle arms. We're going to do a seated eagle pose. So we're going to take the right arm under, wrap, maybe the backs of the palms touch. Squeeze the legs in, squeeze the arms in. Find this eagle pose. If you're seated on the ground, you can have the legs crossed, just like in your seated cross-legged pose. And then open the arms and release the leg. All right, great. So take the left leg this time, cross it over the right. You can just switch the crossing of your legs if you're on the ground. Take the arms out to the sides, breath in. As you exhale this time, left arm under, just a hug, or let the backs of the palms touch. Now here, no rounding, nice and tall, spine is long, elbows can lift, fingers press forward. Your chin can be slightly tucked, but try not to shrug the shoulders. Take a breath here, inhale. Take an exhale. And then slowly with your next inhale, open up, release the legs, release the arms, and come back to mountain pose. So we've been talking in our past classes about, energy, and part of the energy is the feeling of these vibrations that are, as we speak, there's a vibration. As we chant Om, there's a vibration. As we, move around in the world, we're receiving and giving off vibrations. So we're going to take our hands, and I want you to just tap the heel of your hands together. Just tap the heels of your hands, tapping. We're going to do it about 20 times or so, just so keep tapping, keep tapping. Try not to shrug your shoulders, just be soft. Allow the tapping to happen. Just keep on tapping. We have 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and then at 1, just release the hands, palms up on your thighs. And close your eyes and just feel the vibrations of your hands. Feel it. Maybe you're even feeling it in your palms. Just feel that vibration. Take another breath and exhale it out. And then come back up, and now palms forward, tapping just the thumbs, right? Not actual tips of the thumbs, but more at the thumb joint. And just tap. And again, for about 20. We're going to tap. Feel that vibration, feeling it as we tap, feeling the knuckles touch. 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Settle with the palms up on your lap. Spine is long, close your eyes. Maybe you can continue to feel the vibration of the thumbs as we did before when we tapped. We'll do 1 more. So we're going to take the hands out. And this time we're going to tap the back of the hands. So you can, either way you want, just get to the back of the hands and then tap the backs of the hands. Just tap. Just Keep on tapping. We'll do about 20. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Allow the palms to float down, palms up, resting on your thighs. Just notice the vibration of the hands now. Maybe you can feel it in the palms of your hands or through your fingers. You can feel that pressure on the backs of the palms. And then just as it came, it starts to float away. And slowly start to bend the elbows, bring your hands to the heart, tuck your chin to the chest. And we're going to join our voices here in the sound of Om, just to get that vibration and that connection for all of us together here to unite. Take a deep full breath in. Take a deep full breath out. Let's just Om here seated. Take a breath in. Om. Maybe you can feel the vibration of your mouth and your lips. And maybe you can feel and receive the vibration of us sending that out to each other. And slowly we'll start to crack open the eyes if you had them closed. And we're going to come off of the chair now and come to stand. So I'm just going to move my chair off to the side for now. I like to put it over in the front of my mat in case we ever want to use it again. Like we'll be in one down dog today. If you want to take your hands to the chair for down dog, eventually, that's where we're going to go. Okay, but let's first start standing here in mountain pose. And just look down at your feet. Just rock a little forward and back, forward and back. Let your feet be hip distance. So feel the tippy toes as you rock forward. Feel the heels as you rock back. Feel the stability of your feet. Spread your toes wide. Allow the feet to land. And then feel the energy come up from the feet through the legs. And breathe up, down from the ground, all the way up through the legs. Turn your legs on. Breathe into the belly and the chest. Allow the arms to reach out as you inhale. And then exhale, float the arms down the sides of the body with your palms forward for mountain pose. Take a breath in, lengthen through the spine and through the crown of the head. As you exhale, reach the fingers out, open the fingers wide, reach them into opposite, corners of your mat. Another breath in, lengthen. Exhale, soften and reach. And then bend your elbows, bring your hands to the hips. And we're going to start to circle your hips. So circle, I'm going clockwise first. Just circle your hips. A lot of what we're going to do today will, help with some low back pain, if anyone has that. Just circles. I'm going clockwise. Once you've done a couple, go the other way. Maybe one more. And now think about figure 8 with your hips. So let's bring your left hip forward. Draw your left hip back. Bring your right hip forward. Draw your right hip back. Left forward, left back. Right forward, right back. Left and left. Right and right. Left. Yeah, just figure 8. And if you want, you can float your arms. You don't have to hold your hips. But just find some figure 8 shape with your hips. And then come to center. We're going to take a big breath in, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, we'll fold forward. You can rest your hands on the chair if that's as far as you want to go, or you can fold all the way down. And just a little bend in the knees. Shake your head yes and no wherever you are. And now if your hands are on the chair, you're going to reach your right hand to the left thigh. And if you're folded all the way down, maybe you're reaching for your left ankle. My right hand grabs the thigh or the ankle, and then I'm going to twist and look to the left. And then I'm going to release my right hand, and then the left hand is either going to take my right thigh or ankle, and I'm going to pull myself into a twist to look right. I'll gently come back into center. And then here we're going to step back into a downward dog. So you can either be on your chair. You might have to move your blanket off of your mat if you had it there. You can have your hands on the ground or hands on blocks and come into a downward dog. Take a breath here in your downward dog. Exhale it out. Maybe pedal out your feet. Your hands can always be lifted on a chair or on blocks. And then let your heels lower to the mat. Maybe you have a bend in the knees. Shake your head yes and no. Soften and relax as best you can. Take another breath, one more breath. Exhale it out. And then come to the balls of your feet and shift your heels to the right and lower your heels to the mat. So you're a little more of a diagonal in your downward dog. And then lift the heels, shifting through center. Let the heels land to the left. And then make your way back in through center. Lower the heels towards the mat, and then start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Maybe the feet walk forward. You can fold in again. And now I had asked you to place a block by the back of your mat. So you're going to want to grab that block. And we're going to slowly come to rise with the block. And then taking the block, placing the block in between your thighs. Allow your legs to squeeze the block in. Right, so squeeze that block. Reach the arms up, big breath in. Keep squeezing the block. Exhale, float the arms down. Maybe press the legs in towards one another using the hands. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, float the arms down. Maybe squeeze the block more. Press the hands into the legs. Lift the arms up and reach. Exhale, float the arms down and squeeze. Now from here, we're going to come into a chair pose. So bend your knees any amount. Draw your hips back and let the weight, your hands can be on your hips. Let your heels get the weight. Your toes feel a little lighter. Squeeze that block between the thighs. That's going to help engage the legs to help protect your back. Now here you can reach your arms forward. It gives you a little bit more balance. Squeeze the legs in towards one another. Breathing. Holding onto the block. Noticing the squeeze. Breath in. Breath out. And stand tall. Whew. Feels like a lot, right? Take the block out between the legs, and we're going to place it between the hands. And let the arms float up overhead, breath in. And let the arms float down as you exhale. Inhale, take the arms up, press the hands into the block. Exhale, slowly to release, keep pressing. Inhale, take the arms up, reach. And exhale, float the arms down. So bring your hands to heart center. And we're going to turn your left, if you can't see the ground, look down towards the ground. Turn your left toes out. We're going to come into warrior one. Left toes out to about 10 o'clock. And then step your right foot forward. And you can scoot your right foot forward. Still have the block in your hands. Now straighten your right leg and draw your right hip back. And imagine that squeeze of the block. You know, it's just going to be imagining now, but imagine the squeeze. Bend into the right knee. Still think about that squeeze of the block. And then we're going to take the arms out in front, press the hands into the block, and then reach the arms overhead. Find your warrior one. Inhale. As you exhale, float the arms forward. As you inhale, press the hands into the block, lift the arms up, reach up, squeeze those legs towards one another, lowering the arms, Inhale, lift. Keep pressing into your outer left foot. Keep bending your right knee. One more time, lower the arms, take them out in front. And then inhale, reach up. Maybe you can even look up towards the block if you feel stable. Keep pressing the hands into the block. Keep bending the right knee. Keep the pressure on the outer left foot. Slowly bring the hands to the heart. Take your gaze just out in front. You can step forward, let your feet meet, and then make your way back to the back of the mat. So then now, we're going to look down at the mat and turn your right toes out to about 2 o'clock. And then we're going to take a step forward. And then you can always scoot your leg a little bit more forward. And then straighten your left leg. And notice if your hips are a little bit off, right? So you don't want to be turning to the right. You want to slowly start to square your shoulders off towards the front of the mat. And what helps is to think about drawing your left hip back. Now, bend into your left knee. Start to drop your left thigh. Keep your right leg strong. And notice if your right arch of your foot is turning in and down, you want to press out and away with the outer right foot. Now take your arms out in front, press the hands into your block. As you inhale, keep pressing, lift the arms up overhead as best you can, any height. Keep grounding down with the legs. Slowly exhaling, releasing the arms forward. Inhale, pressing the hands into the block, lift the arms up, reach. Exhale, start to bring the arms down. Keep your legs strong. That's your foundation. Inhale, arms reach. Now this time, maybe you look up to the block. Keep pressing the hands into your block. Legs are strong. Slowly bring the block to your heart. We're going to step into your left foot and let your feet meet. Nice, excellent. Now let's take both blocks to the front of the mat and set them up on the highest level. Okay, come to your front of your mat and take both arms up overhead. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, let the arms float down to the blocks. Maybe if you want a little higher, they can come to the chair. And then as you inhale, root down through the right foot. Maybe your left foot lifts just a little. Maybe just a little. Keep the toes turned down. And then let your left foot meet your right. Now fold in. As you inhale, lift your chest. Maybe your right leg floats back just a little for a little supported warrior 3. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. Float the right foot to meet the left and fold. Now with your next inhale, lift your chest. And we're going to lift that left leg up. And we're going to step the left leg all the way back. So bend your right knee, step the left toes back, and slide the blocks to surround your right foot. Now, my heart is going to come forward. My shoulders are away from the ears. Notice if your right hip is sticking out and pull your right hip in and underneath you. Lift your left thigh, draw back on your left heel. Let your heart come forward, let your left heel draw back. Take a deep breath here, inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, maybe straighten your right leg any amount. You can fold, you can keep your knee bent. Any amount, fold in. Take a breath, find your length. My right leg is straight and strong, pushing into my right big toe, folding in any amount. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Now slowly going to bend into your right knee and come back to our lunge. Keeping your left hand on the block, take your right hand to your sacrum. Look over your right shoulder. Just see if you can take a twist here, gentle twist. Notice if your left hip is dipping. Lift your left hip. As you inhale, you're going to unwind, release the right hand to the block. Step into your right foot, maybe slide the left foot up to meet the right and fold. Take a breath, find your length here. Maybe you move your blocks forward to adjust. And exhale, fold. Now as you inhale, start to lift. And your right leg starts to float back. Maybe it just lifts a little bit. Keep your right foot flexed. Start to bend your left knee and let your right toes come all the way back. Nice and slow. Slide the blocks to surround your left foot. Bend your left knee to about 90 degrees. Hug this left hip in, right? I don't want to see your hip popping out to the left. I want to see your left hip hug in. I want to see your right thigh lifted. Draw back on your right heel, but pull your heart forward. So my neck is long, my chin is slightly tucked. I'm a nice long spine here. Take a breath. Exhale it out. On the next inhale, start to straighten your left leg any amount, any amount. And your hands can be on blocks, or you can even do the chair here if you want. Ground down on your left big toe, lengthen, and fold in any amount, nice and easy. Take a breath and find your length. Exhale and fold. One more time, lengthen, inhale. And exhale, fold. Start to slowly bend into your left knee. Find your lunge again. Now make sure you're not arching your spine. You have a nice long spine. My right hand stays on the block or your chair, and the left hand comes to your sacrum. Start to look over your left shoulder and take a gentle twist. Good. As you inhale, start to unwind. And as you exhale, we're going to step forward. You can move your blocks up front, hands to the hips, root down, rise up. Take the arms overhead and reach. And as you exhale, take your hands to the heart. We're going to step to the left or turn to the left and step wide. Find your Prasarita stance, this wide stance. And take your hands back to the hips, and maybe you tip your hip to the left and then tip your hip to the right. And just feel the hips as you can move, as you move. And then take your hips into neutral and bring your arms overhead, breath in. As you exhale, float your right arm to the right leg and maybe side bend to the right. So left arm over. Come back to center, bring your right arm up to meet the left. Left arm down to the left thigh, reach up, side bend to the left. Come back into center, both arms reach overhead, and then float the arms down. Now turn your right toes out for warrior two. We're gonna turn the right toes towards the front of the mat. Bend into your right knee, any amount. Let your left toes turn in slightly and your left heel press out. So you're on a little bit of a diagonal with the foot. And then just take the arms and float the arms up and down, up and down. Just float the arms, nice and gentle. And then when you're ready, take the arms out long and find your warrior two. Keep reaching the arms. Take a breath. Exhale it out. Keep reaching long with your fingers. And exhale. Allow the hands to float down. Straighten your right leg, parallel your feet. Turn your left toes out. And we're going to bend into the left knee. Find warrior two on the left side. My right toes turn in. My right heel presses out. And I'm going to let my arms just float like we did. Just let them float up and cross one another. Just let them fly, let them float. Let them be loose. And then start to make them strong. Reach them long. Right? So we're nice and loose. Now reach them strong. Take a breath. Exhale. Maybe sink a little deeper. Hands to the hips, straighten the left leg, and parallel your feet. So I'm going to shorten my stance just a little bit, but if you guys are comfortable where you are, stay where you are. I'm going to bring my heels in, and my toes are going to turn out this time. So this is called Goddess Pose. So if you're uncomfortable with this pose, you can also do this pose seated in the chair. We did it earlier where we were toes out, heels in, seated in the chair. If you want to try this pose standing, your toes are going to be turning out. And then we're going to bring your hands to the heart and bend your knees out to the sides and just start to come into your Goddess Pose. Take a breath. Exhale it out. And just stand tall. Pause where you are. We're going to take this pose and add our eagle arms into it. So take the arms out to the sides. And remember when we were sweeping in our warrior two, you can sweep the arms down, right arm under the left, maybe the backs of the palms touch. And then bend the knees and let the knees open out to the sides. So my knees are following the lines of the toes. You can also be here just hugging. Yeah. And then stand tall. Release the arms. So we're going to do the other side with the arms. You can sweep the arms like we did in our warrior two. And then left arm under the right. Maybe you hug. Maybe you take the backs of your palms to touch. And then start to bend the knees out to the sides. Come into Goddess. You can do this in your chair. And then straighten the legs and release the arms. Parallel the feet. Heel toe them in towards one another. And we are going to come to sit on our mat. So your blocks can go off to the side. If you want to have a blanket here, you can, but make sure that you have your strap handy because we're going to need that. So allow your strap to be somewhere near like midway of your mat. This when we lie down on our backs, we're going to get a little bit more work with our strap. So let's take your legs out in front. Find your sits bones. Nice L shape here with your body. Take your arms up overhead, big breath in. As you exhale, float the arms down and forward. When your fingertips touch the mat, walk your fingers forward. Let your heart come forward. Let your hips draw back. Keep folding. Keep lengthening through your spine. Then gently start to sit up. And we're going to let the soles of your feet touch and take your knees wide. So this is called Baddha Konasana. It's the soles of the feet touch, hands on the ankles. Maybe you flutter your knees. And then we're going to press the knees down and away, holding on to the ankles, lift your spine. And then as you exhale, fold your way in. Pressing the elbows into the legs, start to open the knees. Gently rise up. We're going to take a straddle pose here. So you can take your legs as wide as you want. They can be as wide, as your mat, or they can be wider. And then here, we're going to take your fingers behind you and let your hips shift a little forward. And then take your hands out in front, walking your hands to fold any amount. You can even have blocks here to help, if you feel you're not able to get any deeper, you can hold on to the block, fold in, keep your toes to the sky. And then slowly start to come up. We're going to allow you, if you had a block, to put the block to the side. And then take your hands under your knees, lift your knees and bring your legs back into center. And we're going to make our way down onto our backs. But I want to make sure that you have your strap handy because we're going to be using your strap in a second. So slowly roll your way down or make your way down onto your back and have your knees be bent. Let your knees knock in, let your feet come wide. Take one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Close your eyes and take a moment here. Breath in and breath out. When you're ready, you can heel toe your feet towards one another and allow your feet to come to hip distance. Take your right ankle to the left thigh. And your right hand is going to press your right knee away. You have a figure four shape. Just keep pressing your right knee away. Keep flexing your right foot. Let your shoulders come to the mat. Try and take this stress and tension out of your jaw. Soften your eyes. Another breath. Exhale it out. Cross your right leg over the left, just like we did seated in the chair. And bring the knees into the chest and give yourself a hug. Let your shoulders release to the mat. Let your spine feel the entire spine on your mat. And then release your left foot to the ground, unwind your legs, and take this time the left ankle to the right thigh, and your left hand presses the left knee away for your figure four. Take a breath. Exhale it out. Soften the shoulders to the mat, relaxing the eyes and the jaw. Keep your left foot flexed to protect your knee. And then slowly start to cross your left leg over the right, and then draw both knees in towards your chest. Let your shoulders stay on the mat. Soften into your hips, releasing the legs, letting your feet land. Now taking your strap, we're going to take your strap and let your knees come into the chest. And then take both feet into the strap and take the legs to the sky. And both hands, each hand has a strap, and you'll slide the hands down the strap so that your triceps come to the mat. Now try and shift so that your heels, your knees and hips are in line. Maybe your knees are bent and that's fine, but try and extend the legs any amount. Pause here, take a breath. Exhale it out, feel your lower back on the mat. Another breath in, and another breath out. Keep your right foot in the strap and take your left foot to the ground. Bend your left knee and place the left foot right down. Now take both hands, both straps into your right hand, and take your left arm out to the side. You can extend your left leg long. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, let the left hand come to your strap and the right hand out to the side. Take the leg across the body for a twist. So my left hand has the strap. My right leg is crossing over. And gently come back into center. Now your right hand is going to take the strap and bend your left knee. Take your left knee into the chest and open the left knee out to the left and open the right knee out to the right. You're getting a little bit of an action reaction. Left knee is bent and out to the left. Right knee, your right leg has the strap and it's opening to the right. And then gently make your way back into center. See if you can place your left foot back into the strap. So now both feet are in your strap. The hands, each hand has a strap. Slide the hands down, triceps to the mat. Soften the shoulders. Breathe. And releasing your right foot, bend your right knee, let the right foot land. Just gently feel the stretch of the back of the left leg, maybe a slight bend in the knee. And then take your right leg long and take both straps into your right hand and take your left arm out to the side. Take a breath in. As you exhale, let your left leg float to the right. Take your gaze to the left. Keep letting your left side body grow long. Keep drawing the left leg towards the back of the mat. And then gently bring everything back to center. Left leg to the sky. Left hand takes the straps. Right knee bends. You can place the right foot on the floor first. Take the right knee to your chest. And now open the right knee to the right and the left leg to the left. And find this sort of like bent knee, straight leg straddle on your back. Let your lower back come to the mat. Breathe. Bring everything back into center. Take the strap off of your left foot. Bend your left knee. Bring the knees into the chest. Take your hands to the kneecaps and just circle your lower back on the mat. Just feel this relaxation of the lower back. Circling, letting the shoulders stay on the mat. Go the opposite direction. Just massage your lower back. And then place the feet on the floor, heels close to the hips, arms down the sides of the body, and prepare for a gentle bridge. Rooting down through the feet, just lift the hips up any amount, maybe an inch off the mat. Root down through the feet, lift the hips, stretch your hip flexors, breathe into your belly. And then gently lower the hips to the ground. Let your knees knock in, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. And then from here, just windshield wipe your legs from side to side. Let the legs float to the left. Let the legs float to the right. Little twists. Let your gaze go opposite of your legs. And then we'll make our way to center. You can come to happy baby, knees into the chest. Reach for the outer feet. Let the soles of the feet come to the sky. Use your hands to pull the feet down. Press the feet into your hands to get your lower back on the mat and to release any tension you might have. Slowly bring your knees to your chest. Take the feet to the floor. Slide your legs long and prepare for your Shavasana pose. So your Shavasana pose, your way, you could be seated, you could be lying down, it's up to you, however you feel good. Take a deep full breath in, find length of your spine, maybe a little arch in the back, and then as you exhale, melt your body into the mat. Let your toes, your knees, your hips roll open. Feel the hips on the mat and notice the natural curve of your spine. Feel the shoulders as they rest gently on the mat. Take another full breath in. As you exhale, allow your body to just release. Let the arms go. Let your fingers soften. Take another breath in and exhale. Notice your jaw, your eyes, relaxing and releasing, swallowing to relax and release the throat. Take a deep, full breath in. Take a deep, full breath out. Be still. Find peace. Be present. Remembering our mantra, there are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday, and the other is called tomorrow. So live today to love, believe, and do. Take a deep breath in, sigh it out. The Dalai Lama, when asked, "What thing about humanity surprises you the most?" he answered, "Man," because he sacrifices his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices money to recuperate his health. And then he is so anxious about the future that he does not live in the present. He lives as if he's never going to die, and then he dies never really living. So take a moment here, just a moment with your breath to be present, to not think about the future or the past, but just to be here in the now, enjoying the moment, this feeling of peace, of relaxation, of comfort, of tranquility, allowing your body to notice, to hearing the sounds that occur right now, to smelling the smells you can smell right now. Maybe even opening your eyes and staring at the ceiling and noticing the sights that you can see right now. Allow your fingers to touch the mat and notice what you feel right now. And then bend your elbows and bring your hands to your heart and let one hand touch the other. And feel your heart beating. It's in the present. It's beating now. Feel the breath as it rises and falls. It's doing that now. Just notice it. Feel it. Appreciate it. Feel grateful. Take a deep breath in and a full sigh out. Releasing your hands, maybe you're coming to a full body stretch, reach the arms overhead. As you exhale, start to bend into the knees, place the feet on the floor. Just roll to one side or the other and pause in your fetal position. Take a breath in, take a full breath out. As you inhale, start to press up to a comfortable seated pose, crossing the legs or finding a comfortable pose. Bringing both hands to your thighs, gently press down. Let your hands slide to your kneecaps, just massage your knees. And then inhale, lengthen the spine and hold on to the kneecaps to get a little longer. As you exhale, bend the elbows, bring your hands to heart center. And as we did earlier in class, we're going to sing the word Om and feel that vibration again. Maybe here with the thumbs at your chest, you can feel that vibration. Take a deep, full breath in. Take a deep, full breath out. Let's join our voices in the sound of Om. Inhale. Om. Pause and bow your chin towards the chest. Feel the vibration. Let your thumbs come to your third eye. Namaste. Thank you, everyone, for your beautiful practice today.